Yeah, there we go. We're live. Boom. Boom.
Just the snap, not the clap.
Yeah. There you go. Hey, everybody. It's the Royal Rumble post show. We're here. The Royal Rumble just went down. I'm Dave. He's Johnny. You know us.
I hope so.
The Wrestling Uncensored team. Seth Rollins wins the 2019 Royal Rumble. Looks like Seth Rollins on his way to WrestleMania against Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar beating Finn Balor tonight. Thought the match was good. Thought the Rumble show as a whole was pretty good tonight, Johnny North.
Fairly entertaining. Fairly long, but that's what you're going to get when you have two Rumble matches. But I thought overall it was a pretty good show. I thought Ronda versus Sasha, to me, that stole the show.
Yeah, I thought that was the match of the night. We were talking about it a little bit just before we got on the air. And we agreed that was the match of the night. Ronda, Sasha, what was your match of the night? Send us your comments on YouTube. We're here for you. That's why we're here. Yeah. There's no big bucks in this. We're here for you. What did you think was the match of the night? Did you like the Royal Rumble? What do you give it out of 10? I'm going to give it a solid 7.5. I thought it was a really good pay-per-view.
Yeah, I guess a 7. I mean, I missed the pre-show, so I didn't catch everything. I mean, that would kind of help a bit. I mean, the four-way seemed interesting, and, you know, Rusev Nakamura.
It was pretty good. I saw that.
Feel right. But they also had a weird match where it was Rude and Gable against, like, one of AOP, and then against one of, like, the Revival.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it was a weird match, and they wound up losing, too. There was no real point to it.
Well, I guess one of the AOP's injured, too, so I think that's why they lost the belts. And Rude and Gable got the titles. And I guess this was just like, well, we have two guys, let's just throw them out there, and, you know, if they win, something, but it wasn't a plan for them to win, it's just to put them on the show. Fill up a spot, pretty much. It's a 2-hour pre-show, so...
Well, that's it. They just had to fill time.
Right.
It was just the first match that they put out there. Wasn't really that eventful. The Cruiserweight match, I did miss a little bit of it, but from what I saw was very good. But I still think Ronda and Sasha was match of the night.
Just, you know, really hard-hitting. Great back and forth, I thought. And it was just to see how it would end up in the end. I mean, you figure Ronda would win, but you still wanted to see how it was going to end. And I thought it was just great wrestling back and forth. And, you know, you're not going to see that again, more than likely, the way it matches up. So
we're seeing different opinions. We see Ted Cook jumping in. He says Finn and Brock was match of the night.
Yeah, it was really good, too. That was probably my second favorite.
Yeah, I agree. I'm kind of with John on this one. I thought Finn and Brock was excellent. I thought Ronda and Sasha was the best match of the night, but I thought they were both really good, and they contributed to the reason why this pay-per-view was so solid. It was a very good pay-per-view. I was a little bit disappointed with the length of the Finn and Brock match. It wasn't very long, and Finn didn't get that much offense in on Brock. You know, he got a little bit at the beginning. He got a little bit at the end there where he did the 3 topes on top of him.
Yeah, that was great.
And he did the big stomp. But I didn't love the finish where, like, okay, you do everything. You pour on all the offense. You do the big stomp. You pin him, 1, 2, and then he just pulls you into the Kimura, and that's it. It was kind of like, I don't know, kind of a lackluster finish. I would have liked something more... of a climax, you know, it felt like kind of like, and then it kind of like, it fell flat. It was kind of a dud finish.
Well, I just felt like, unlike a lot of Brock's matches, this actually had some good storytelling that involved that Brock was hurt and he couldn't do all his moves, and like Finn had a chance, he had the opportunity, he was building towards it, and Brock, out of desperation, pulled out a move that he hasn't used really in a while. But he used to break Triple H and Shawn Michaels' arms with this. This used to be one of his most dangerous moves. And he used this because he couldn't throw Finn around because it hurt him too much. I thought it was actually, in terms of the storytelling, I thought it was a great way to end the match.
Yeah, but I feel like Brock should hit the F5 at least once in his matches.
He hit it after the match.
Yeah, he hit it after the match. Yeah. It was good. I'm not saying it wasn't good. It's just why I thought Sasha Ronda was better. I thought Sasha and Ronda told an amazing story. And, man, there's so much wrestling we saw tonight. I'm trying to remember little bits of that match. But I mean, so many things that Ronda does is really impressive. And, you know, I didn't really believe that Sasha was going to win the match at any point. But she brought it to Ronda, and she showed some serious toughness in that match. I was impressed with the fight that Sasha brought to Ronda.
Well, even Ronda, she came out like really hard hitting, like hit the three amigos too on Sasha, kind of digging it a bit to Sasha a bit, and Sasha fired back, kind of doing the finger manipulation that Pete Dunne does. Used every tactic in the book actually to beat Ronda. It was a really fun match in my opinion.
Yeah, it was very good. I thought the whole Rumble was really good.
Except the women's. I thought the women's Rumble wasn't that great, especially compared to last year. I actually thought there was many points in the match where it was like, this is really dragging and it's not that exciting. I thought the men's, they made the most of what they had. I thought they built up towards matches going to WrestleMania. With the women, it just felt like a bunch of spots put together and it didn't seem like it was planned very well.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw one comment here from Ted Cook who said the Women's Rumble was better. What did you guys think? Women's Rumble, Men's Rumble. Who won tonight? Who had the better Royal Rumble? I thought the Men's Rumble was better mostly because of a woman who was involved at the end that just made it so crazy when Nia Jax showed up at the end of the Royal Rumble and got physically involved and took an RKO and a 619 and a super kick from Dolph Ziggler. Like, that was pretty cool. I like seeing Nia Jax in there. It mixed things up. It was different.
It was kind of cool. We had to see Jeff Jarrett show up as well, and just these little surprises that they have. The women's, like, it didn't have that kind of thing. I mean, yeah, they had the NXT show-ups, but so did the men. The men's just had more.
Yeah, the men did have more kind of surprises. You know, you had Johnny Gargano and Aleister Black, and the women, the surprises, a lot of them were people that you weren't that familiar with. There was Xiao Li, or I don't know.
Yeah, roughly that.
I don't know who she is, really. You know, and there was some other lady who was really good. She was impressive, but I forget her name.
Well, Candice LeRae was in there.
No. The one who was doing all that flippy stuff, she was really skinny.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you had Kairi Sane was in there as well. I mean,
Kairi Sane, yeah. I thought the Women's Rumble was cool. We're getting a lot of comments saying that the Women's Rumble was better, so, you know.
I'm surprised.
Yeah. JJ Modesty, Women's Rumble was better. Antoinette, Women's Rumble was better.
I think because the ending, because, you know, you had Becky win. That was a better way to end it than Seth Rollins, where Seth Rollins, I mean, it's okay, but it's not great. Becky, I mean, that's probably the biggest win out of anyone on the card because you wanted to see that more than anything. But in terms of the match, start to finish, I'd rather watch the men's over again than the women's.
I don't really want to watch either of them over again.
There's certain spot again for the Nia Jax thing. I'd watch that over again. I thought that was amazing. It was one of the best things we've seen in the Rumble in a long time.
It was pretty cool. Antoinette's saying the WWE is going to catch a lot of heat for that.
They shouldn't. I thought that was actually the fact that they did that. That's brave of them to do that, and it shows that men should fight with women.
Well, in the WWE, maybe in pro wrestling, you're saying, not in real life. And that's kind of been the issue for the WWE. They don't want to show violence towards women, man-on-woman violence. It's something that the WWE hasn't done in a long time. But I felt like it worked tonight. Strangely enough, it kind of worked. I don't know. Maybe it shouldn't. I'm on the fence. Like, on the one hand, I was, like, entertained by it. And the crowd was entertained. And it seemed to work. But on the other hand, I'm like, well, should Randy Orton really be hitting Nia Jax with an RKO? Should Dolph Ziggler kick her in the face? Is that the right message?
I like that Randy tried to go for the RKO, but she blocked it. She showed some fight in there, and she was able to fight with the guys. It wasn't like she just got destroyed. I mean, they had to pretty much gang up just to get her out. Showed how much of a monster she was.
Antoinette said, she says it works, but women's groups won't like it. And I think that's kind of, I think people that are maybe more sensitive to those issues would feel a certain way about it. But we're kind of seeing it from a pro wrestling angle. And we're like,
a lot worse over the years.
Yeah, we've seen way worse in pro wrestling, so we're kind of like, yeah, it was kind of fun, She's not the first woman to enter a Royal Rumble, right?
Right.
JJ Mondesi asks, why Nia? Why did they give that to Nia Jax? I think because she's one of their top women's stars. They want to keep building her for the future. And they're not going to do much with her at WrestleMania. I think Becky and Charlotte and Ronda and Asuka will be taking up the top spots, and Nia might be in the women's battle royal, and maybe she'll win that. But I think this was just Nia's chance to shine because she's not going to get a big spot at Mania. That was my read.
Plus, you needed someone who had some size to her that could actually go in there and put some damage. That you could believe, like, if they attacked R-Truth from behind, he could take a beating from them. It couldn't be like Alexa Bliss. That wouldn't have made any sense. Nia Jax, I believe that, yeah, of course.
She was very believable.
She got an elimination. Like, that was pretty incredible.
Just one. She almost eliminated Ray, too. She eliminated Mustafa Ali.
I thought that was amazing. I thought it was really well done.
It was pretty cool. I did want to address one thing before we get to Becky Lynch and her winning the Rumble. We had a comment here that confused me. It's thrown me off a bit. Ted Cook says, can we talk about how Dave, that's me, has become the heel of the show since Daniel Bryan's changed to heel? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know how I've changed into a heel, but...
You have more facial hair, so maybe that's it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Apparently, I've turned heel since Daniel Bryan turned heel. How about Daniel Bryan tonight? Pretty terrific. I thought the match was very good with AJ Styles. The finish was odd. Eric Rowan showing up for some reason.
Yep. I have no idea where they're going with this, but that's why you watch week in, week out to find out where they're going with it. I mean, they gave a reason why AJ would lose this time, so okay, they saved him with that, but where we're going with Mania? No clue. But that's fun though, right? You find out because there's 2 more pay-per-views before Mania.
We're not going to have Daniel Bryan wrestle AJ Styles at Mania again, are we?
Unless it's like a multi-man, I don't think so.
Is it going to be a thing where, Daniel Bryan has to defend the title next time, and then next time Luke Harper comes out and helps Daniel Bryan, and then Daniel Bryan just takes over Harper and Rowan, and they become his followers, and then for WrestleMania, Bray Wyatt shows up, and he's like, I'm taking my guys back, Daniel Bryan. You stole my guys from me. They're my followers. They follow me and whatever nonsense I say, unlike the logical, eco-friendly advice that you're sharing.
Well, potentially, Daniel Bryan might have to defend the WWE Championship inside the Elimination Chamber. Because Brock's gone to WrestleMania, but Daniel Bryan's still around. So Daniel Bryan might have to defend against everybody. He might have to defend against AJ Styles again.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see him defending in the
He's
chamber.
done it before.
Maybe he defends against AJ Styles again here, because AJ didn't get a fair shake. And the SmackDown title match is determined via Elimination Chamber. Like, they have a 6-man chamber. The winner of the match faces Daniel Bryan or AJ Styles for the title at WrestleMania.
Oh, I think put the title on the line in Elimination Chamber because you still have another pay-per-view to determine the number one contender. So make Daniel Bryan defend the title. It makes it more interesting.
I suppose.
And then you could throw in like Eric Rowan, so then he has backup at least.
Why is Eric Rowan there?
I don't know. It's weird. It's odd.
I said it was maybe because, they used to be in the Wyatt family together, and Daniel Bryan had some good ideas. And
You also said they look alike or something.
Well, Eric Rowan was kind of dressed like a big Daniel Bryan. He had the flannel shirt on, the t-shirt, the jeans. He was dressed like Daniel Bryan dresses. Maybe he's going to have some sort of faction. At least he's got a bodyguard now, which is good. Long term as a champion, you're a heel champion and you pick up a big old bodyguard along the way, that's good for your longevity as champion. Traditionally in the WWE, if you're a heel champion and they give you a bodyguard, it's not because they're going to take the title away from you. It's because he's there to help you cheat and find ways creatively to get around actually winning matches while still holding the championship over several months, which when I saw the bodyguard, I thought, yes, this means Daniel Bryan's going to be champ for a while because he's going to have a heater there watching his back.
Well, is it just going to be Eric Rowan? Will Luke Harper also get involved, or are they just repackaging Luke Harper by itself? A lot of questions left to be answered, and that's.
Is Bray Wyatt involved in any of this?
Matt Hardy, even maybe.
Like, I'm surprised Bray Wyatt wasn't in the Royal Rumble. If there was ever a time to bring him back, you would think now.
Would have made sense, but the thing is that with that you had guys like Dolph Ziggler come back just for no reason whatsoever, so there wasn't a lot of spots when you think about it.
I thought we were done with Dolph Ziggler.
No, I don't think so.
God.
He's got to wrestle Drew McIntyre.
I thought he was leaving pro wrestling. I thought he was done.
How many years has he been saying that? He likes to do it. And he's not bad at it. It's just these matches that on and on, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, it's tiresome.
And we're going to see it again, because didn't Dolph eliminate Drew McIntyre?
And more than likely, Raw's not going to get an Elimination Chamber, so you got to fill up the card with matches, and bam, there's a match right there. So, yeah, you got to sit through that again for another 2-3 weeks of Raw, same matches. Fun. Not.
And Seth just cutting promos on Brock until Brock shows up.
Well, no, but Seth also has the issue with Bobby Lashley, so that would be fun.
What's the issue? Oh, Bobby attacked him after he got eliminated, right?
Put him to the table,
Right.
Nearly cost him the Rumble.
Right.
He won the IC title. I don't think Seth's got a rematch yet, so... Yeah, I know you're loving this, huh?
Yeah, it was just not great. Seth Rollins winning the Rumble, to me, is exactly what we predicted. It's what the whole world predicted. He was the odds-on favorite to win, and he won. And now we have to look forward to Seth versus Brock at WrestleMania. It just doesn't do it for me.
I thought the finish was really good. It's cool to see someone use their finish, and that's how the match ended. I thought it was really just well done how they put it together.
What does Becky Lynch do? She won the Royal Rumble. Lana, who was there, was injured. So Becky got to take her spot.
Well, also because Nia attacked her as well.
Yeah, Nia really taking everybody out. What's the deal with Nia? Doing the same thing over and over again, right?
Well, again, you said she's not going to get a big Mania match, so they gave her a lot of focus on this Rumble because that was pretty much her Mania.
Yeah, this was Nia's event.
Yeah. She fell short, but that was part of the story.
So Lana was injured earlier in the night, which I like the story. Like, Lana gets taken out in the Rusev-Shinsuke match. She falls off the apron and winds up costing Rusev the U.S. title. And then she can't compete in the Royal Rumble, so Becky Lynch takes her spot after Nia kicked her a little bit. And Becky winds up winning the Royal Rumble after she tapped out to Asuka in the SmackDown Women's title match. She did not beat Asuka. She lost.
Clean.
Yeah.
That was odd. Very odd.
I told you Becky would not win against Asuka.
Did you think it would happen like that, though?
I didn't think she'd tap, but I thought Asuka would win.
Okay. Wow. Like, where do they go with Asuka now? Like, I have no idea. Like, who would she face?
I think, like, a winner of an Elimination Chamber type deal.
But the winner of the Elimination Chamber for the women is going to be the new Women's Tag Team Champions.
Right. Well, have a number one contenders match. I mean, how hard can it be?
When you look at SmackDown, like, is it going to be Carmella? There's not a lot of contenders on SmackDown.
Mandy.
I don't see that being a stellar matchup at WrestleMania.
No, but the stellar matchup is going to be Becky, Charlotte, Ronda.
However they figure that out.
I still think that's going to happen. Becky Lynch wins the Rumble tonight.
But she shouldn't have been in it.
She shouldn't have been in it, so Charlotte can say she shouldn't have been in it. She can make a claim. They do some sort of triple threat at WrestleMania with Ronda, and there you go. The only snag in the whole plan is Becky loses to Asuka, right?
Yeah.
Wins the Rumble. And then challenges Ronda? Like, she doesn't want revenge? What kind of champion are you? If you're really the man, you know? If you're really the man, Becky Lynch, you would challenge Asuka, right?
Thing is, Asuka beat her, clean. Straight up, just, she straight up lost. With Ronda, there's unfinished business there.
Yeah,
she cost her the title.
Well, don't be scared, Becky Lynch. She's scared.
One could say that, I suppose, but I think Ronda's the bigger match. Ronda's the issue. Ronda's the main event of WrestleMania. Unfortunately, if it's Becky versus Asuka, that's not going to be the main event of WrestleMania. But if you wrestle Ronda, it seems like it's almost a guarantee that's going to be the main event. It'll be the last match. So it just makes sense. It's just, that was off-putting about the Asuka thing, but I mean, it puts over Asuka like crazy, right? Like, I was thinking that they weren't going to push her like that, but that kind of puts her right back up again. She just beat Becky, tapped her. That's huge.
Asuka's number one. Ichiban.
When you think, she just went above probably Ronda. Like, when Becky beats Ronda, Asuka's still like the best. That's going to be crazy. Yeah.
It's cool.
It's cool, but that's why a match with Mandy Rose at WrestleMania, that's a big step down.
Everybody else is afraid.
I guess.
Again, a lot of comments here. Rob thought Nia injured Io Shirai in that elimination. That looked pretty rough when Io Shirai got tossed over and her knee kind of buckled there. She might be hurt. Who knows? That looked very rough.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Paul Cav says there was too many NXT women in the Rumble. He didn't know half the wrestlers.
Yeah, it took away from the reactions. There were no legends for the women. That was kind of disappointing. No Trish, no Lita. That was the best part of it last year, no?
Yeah, a lot of legends last year. It was a lot of fun. This year, it was alright, but it wasn't as good as last year. Jack Tunney. I wonder if it's the Jack Tunney. Probably not.
No, it'd be too cool.
He says, love you guys, have listened for years. First time I've watched this. Well, welcome to the YouTube channel, Jack Tunney. Do hit subscribe. He says, very surprised. We're as high as we are on this pay-per-view. I thought it was damn awful, and he's been watching since 1988. I thought it was alright, It's not as good as stuff that was back in 92, but what are you going to do? I think I've been watching since 88 as well. 88, 89, I think is when I started watching wrestling. I was about 3 or 4 years old.
For me, it's more like 90, 91. I remember one of the Summer Slams, when the Hart Foundation, I think.
Ooh, so you're saying I'm younger than you, yet I've been watching wrestling longer?
Well, that's with hockey, Like, hockey's really important, man. When you're a kid, you think hockey first.
Not me.
Then you watch Bret Hart, and it's like your world changes.
That's right. I saw Hulk Hogan, and my world changed.
Okay, well, whatever.
The one old school legend, not Hulk Hogan, not Shawn Michaels, Jeff Jarrett in the Royal Rumble. It was cool. Didn't last long, and I would have liked to have seen him face off against Kurt Angle. Jarrett comes in at number 2, Angle's in at number 4, but they never meet.
Maybe for the best, given the issues, and I know
they're cool now.
Yeah, they worked through it, but you don't need to put them in a situation where, like, you guys got to face each other, and Kurt wants to make everything look good, and maybe Jeff will get paranoid and think that Kurt's trying to stiff him legit.
For those that don't know, Jeff Jarrett is now married to Karen Angle Jarrett, Kurt Angle's ex-wife, and they had a big feud about it in TNA, and it was heated.
It's probably the best,
to say the least.
The best thing TNA ever did, I think.
Yeah, I think it's the greatest feud TNA or Impact Wrestling's ever done, for sure. It was so real. It was incredible. Angle, not looking so good.
No, but that's why he wasn't in there that long. He doesn't need to have, like, these long matches. I think he still wants to wrestle. It's just, he doesn't have it in him to do these 20, 30-minute matches anymore. I think just keep it, 5 to 10 minutes, and I think he's fine, but that's it. Like, you got to limit what he does. I thought the Angle slam he hit on Big E was fantastic.
It was nice. Disappointed the New Day didn't get more.
I thought Kofi's little thing where he almost went out twice, he gave us 2 this year. I thought that was pretty fantastic. Even though people are like ripping him off now on the same show.
Yeah. Yeah, a couple of the women's wrestlers were... Naomi and the other one, too. Did kind of a Kofi spot to stay in the ring. That's what happens. But you could say they're ripping off Kofi. Isn't Kofi ripping off John Morrison, though?
Paul London, too.
But John Morrison was the original guy in the Rumble who would almost get eliminated and then come back. And he was kind of known for that for a few years. But then he left the company and Kofi took over.
But it is Kofi's thing, right? Like, he's known for that.
That's now he is.
Yeah. John Morrison, like, I think he did it for maybe a couple, maybe 2-3 years. But never really took off. Kofi, it's like decade now. More, I think, even.
Yeah, Kofi's a living legend, and that's why he deserved to win the Royal Rumble and go to WrestleMania, but unfortunately that's not how it works out.
Well, there's just no push for that whatsoever. They're never gearing for a singles title New Day. They're always thinking tag team titles. So for you to believe they're going to win the Rumble, it's really hard. Because, again, every time Kofi goes for these escapes, it's great, but then he's eliminated right away. I mean, that's how the spot works.
Yeah, he's known for almost getting eliminated and then getting eliminated.
And it happened the same with Naomi. The thing about Naomi, though, I mean, she did the exact same thing Kofi's done in the past. That's the problem with it. Like, you're just copying exactly what he's done.
Yeah.
But it was great heat for Mandy Rose.
It was impressive, though, what Naomi did.
It was. I mean, it's not easy to do what Kofi can do.
Well, that's it. She's very athletic. She's super impressive. AJ's in the house. He says Jack Swagger's his new favorite wrestler MMA dude. Jack Swagger getting his MMA debut victory last night in Bellator. What's up, AJ? He says he's sick and going to bed. He was supposed to be here tonight.
He has Ebola, apparently, is what he told me.
What?
That's what he said.
What? He says this T-shirt rocks.
It does.
The T-shirt. Yeah, we got shirts from our man Wally out in Ireland. He sent us these sweet Johnny North champion shirts. AJ's got one. Johnny's got one. I've got one. We've all got them. And our man out in
Wally.
Wallyland, out in Ireland, Wally, big shout out to you, my man. I don't know if you're up. It's like 6, 7 a.m. where you are. But thanks for sending us the shirts. Very cool.
If you're not watching now, he's definitely watching the replay.
Yeah,
so.
He'll watch it later. So thanks, Wally. We appreciate it. Awesome shirts. We love them.
The Zev shirt was hilarious. I loved it.
Yeah, very funny. Yeah. Royal Rumble. Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar. Seth will probably take the title at Mania, right?
Well, it seems like Roman Reigns is going to come back. If Roman Reigns is filming a movie, I think he can at least show up at Mania and help Seth Rollins win. Doesn't seem out of the question, no?
Yeah, I can see him helping Seth win, yeah.
He's just got to show up and provide a distraction. Doesn't have to do anything physical. Yeah, he's doing physical stuff in a movie, but...
But if Brock is going away for the time being...
Is he?
I don't know.
You never know with Brock, right?
But why can't you put Seth over clean?
It's still Brock Lesnar. He's still like a monster. He should be treated like one. It should take like everything in the world to beat him.
At what point do guys in their like early to mid 30s start beating 41-year-old Brock Lesnar though? Like at a certain point you turn from beast to like older gentleman, you know? I'm not saying he's at that point, but like we're, you know, and there's always the thought that he might leave.
Of course, right?
I don't know how long you ride out this Brock Lesnar thing. I think Seth beats him clean at Mania. I think he should anyways.
No, I don't think so. Brock, he's legit. Like, if this was a real fight, Seth would die. So, like...
Well, so would everybody in the WWE.
Yeah, but that's the great thing about Brock is that he makes it still entertaining even though, like, this should be a squash. It's still fun to watch. It's still one of the best things to watch in the whole pay-per-view is the Brock Lesnar match. And I can't wait to see, like, when he goes back to the UFC. That just adds to Brock's legacy. The fact that he's still doing this wrestling and doing MMA. That's fantastic.
He's not doing MMA.
Hey, man, you saw him training.
He was doing some wrestling training. It doesn't mean he's doing MMA.
He's gearing up, man.
I don't know what Brock's doing, and that's always the question with Brock. It's a question with Ronda Rousey as well right now. Two of the biggest stars in the WWE are question marks post-WrestleMania. And they're the only two that are real question marks. Nobody else, We know everybody's sticking around. Everybody's pretty much under contract.
Well, Ronda's still under contract. It's just,
Until Mania.
No, she's under contract till 2021. WWE confirmed that. It's just, she has to take a leave of absence if she becomes pregnant. I mean,
oh, okay.
Obvious.
Oh, so that's the only deal?
Well, being pregnant's a big deal. I get it,
yeah, but she's not, so what's the big deal?
But if she plans to, and it just makes sense, she'd have to take time off. So it should happen, right? But she'd still come back and wrestle. She's not going to go back to the UFC. I don't know if people are thinking that. Or
No. It's just, there were rumors going around that she might be done or wanted to take time off after Mania.
Time off, not done.
I don't know if that's true, even.
Well, apparently we're not allowed talking about Ronda's uterus, is what she said, so.
I don't want to talk about it. I'm good.
I mean, what happens, right? I mean, she leaves, she doesn't leave. We're getting the match, right? That's all that matters.
Correct. What else do we have here?
Well, we had Shane McMahon and Miz win the tag team titles.
Which I predicted as soon as they got this shot. I said they were definitely going to win the tag titles.
I thought it was a fun match. Not the greatest match, but it was fun.
It was alright.
I thought Shane busting out the shooting star press again. I mean, I can't remember the last time he's done that.
The finish was really cool. The rest of the match was eh. But the shooting star press was very nice from Shane McMahon. I just wonder, what's the end game here?
Well, now they're going to go on a little run, I'm guessing, until...
They better not, beat the Usos and beat the New Day and,
I can see them beat the New Day. Comedy match.
They shouldn't. Ever.
I can see them beat the Usos, even.
It better not happen. Are you surprised we didn't see more surprises in the Rumble?
From the women, yeah. The men, I mean... I think we got what we needed. I mean, who else do you really need?
Somebody...
We got Hornswoggle. That was nice.
That was in the Women's Rumble.
That's true. But, I mean...
Zelina Vega under the ring and then Hornswoggle popping out. That was excellent. Probably as good as the Nia Jax thing in the Men's Rumble for me.
We did get JBL and Jerry Lawler back on commentating.
That wasn't a plus.
I like Lawler. Lawler's fun.
You had Michael Cole thinking Apollo Crews was Shelton Benjamin. That was good.
I get it, because, Shelton doesn't usually wear pants.
But Apollo wasn't wearing pants.
Right, he's wearing trunks, which Shelton usually wears trunks.
Okay. I don't know. Miz and Shane at WrestleMania do what?
Well, I think they might lose the tag team titles before then they have a match. I could see something like that. Or they defend in, a four-way kind of thing against the Usos, New Day, and Bar. Wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, I guess they might do that. I don't know. I just feel like the Royal Rumble usually brings somebody new. A new wrestler, somebody from the outside, something exciting. A lot of people on the internet were buzzing about Kenny Omega potentially coming in the Rumble. We knew that was definitely not going to happen. He's under contract with New Japan Pro Wrestling until the 31st of January, so Kenny can't go anywhere. And when he does go somewhere, he's going to go to All Elite Wrestling. So
what do you think?
That's what I know. Johnny and I have a little wager. When Kenny shows up in AEW, he has to give me $20.
And when he comes up to WWE, he gives me $20.
I'll gladly give you that $20, which will never happen.
But you'd wish it happened. It's probably for the best, I think. In terms of the matches, it'd be fantastic.
You have no idea what AEW has planned.
Neither do you.
I'd bet the Double or Nothing is going to be better than the Rumble, and the Rumble was good tonight.
Okay, but we're thinking after the Rumble, where Kenny could show up. We're thinking him against Rey Mysterio, him against AJ Styles. You just go, man, that's going to be fantastic. I want to see that.
Yeah, there'd be some good matches, but there's plenty of stuff Kenny can do outside of WWE, and that's where he's going to stay. It would have been cool to see Abyss tonight.
Yeah, but, he shows up and, what? I mean, he's in there for a bit and then gets thrown out by Braun Strowman. I mean, it's not that great.
Would have been cool to see Sami Zayn.
He's probably not ready to wrestle. And, like, if he's not ready to wrestle, I mean, he's come back from injury. You want him back 100%. You don't want him to get hurt right away.
Would have been cool to see Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, well, Shawn never wants to wrestle again, apparently. Shawn did it for the money, and that's it. They aren't going to pay him, like, millions of dollars for the Rumble. So, that's it. Like,
no Undertaker. No Rock.
Yeah, Taker's disappointing. It's too bad.
No John Cena.
Well, we knew John Cena wasn't going to show up. You know, they announced Braun Strowman was the replacement for John Cena. So, but you're probably going to get John Cena at WrestleMania. I mean, the fact that he was taken out of the Rumble, there's a story right there. So now he has to get revenge for that. More than likely, he's going to wrestle.
On who?
Drew McIntyre.
Oh, great.
Yeah, you're probably not going to like that, but it's a great match for Drew McIntyre, though. He needs it.
JJ Mondesi says Velveteen Dream would have been nice. I agree. Velveteen Dream would have been nice. Velveteen Dream on the main roster would be cool.
I thought that was a cool announcement that they're bringing back Halftime Heat. We haven't seen that in, wow, like a long, long time.
Yeah.
Like 20 years now, I think.
And so during the Super Bowl, there's going to be a wrestling match during halftime, right? On the network?
A 6-man tag from NXT.
Who's wrestling in it?
I believe it's Gargano, Ciampa, and I can't remember the other one. But it's them against, like, Velveteen, against Aleister Black, and I'm drawing a blank on the other one. But yeah, it's a 6-man, but yeah, I forget the 2 other names. But during Halftime Heat, very much like how they did the Rock, Mankind, Empty Arena match.
It's Ricochet, Velveteen Dream, and Aleister Black against Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, and Adam Cole. Next Sunday during the Super Bowl halftime.
So watch them instead of Maroon 5. That's what WWE's hyping. Yeah, it's a good hype. Yeah,
it's a good move.
Yeah,
good move. But isn't Big Boy gonna be there and Travis Scott?
So
I'm a big Outkast fan. Big Boy at the Super Bowl halftime show, and I'm going to see Travis Scott in March. I like Travis Scott, and I love Big Boy. So if there's a chance Andre 3000 might step out onto that stage, I think I might have to, DVR the wrestling match and watch that Super Bowl halftime show. I don't want to miss 3 stacks.
Well, they clearly didn't work against WWE, that advertisement. The match doesn't sell it for you, I guess.
Big Boy?
I get it. NXT, you don't care.
Well, I'm going to watch it, just not live. Anyways, I'm going to a Super Bowl party and they wouldn't allow me to watch wrestling.
Oh, what jerks.
Jack Tunney wants to know where Eric Rowan and D-Bry are going. I don't know. We don't know.
A faction would be interesting.
Daniel Bryan with a legion of people under his wing. A legion of vegans.
The eco-friendly extremists. It seems like a good name.
That's what they were calling him, right? The eco-friendly extremist.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. Not bad at all. Are we wrapping this sucker up, Johnny North? It's getting pretty late.
Yeah, final comments?
Final comments here on the YouTube chat. We're going to wrap this sucker up, the Royal Rumble post-show. Any final questions? Jack Tunney says we should trademark Legion of Vegans. He says it's very good. Kind of like the Legion of Doom, except they're vegans.
It's not bad. I don't know if that's where they're going that direction, but...
I don't know. Daniel Bryan, it seems like it's not just about the meat, it's about consuming, it's about more than just veganism.
Remember, he's the planet's champion. So yeah, it's more than just what you eat.
Franco says vegans suck. I wouldn't know. I'm not a vegan.
I imagine it's tough. You gotta be disciplined for that.
I had a burger tonight. It was delicious. A meat burger. Beef. Beef, pal. I had beef tonight, pal. It was delicious. No Vince at the Rumble.
Yeah, that would have helped, I think, with the Becky thing, that instead of Finlay saying, oh, go to the ring, like have a McMahon, that kind of makes it a bit more official. I thought they said they were in control, but I guess Finlay can make the rules now, so that might play into maybe Charlotte's complaint that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, I could see that definitely going down. They could claim Irish...
favoritism?
Yeah, even though Finlay's from Northern Ireland and Becky's from Ireland, so it's different.
Yeah, apparently he's not even really Irish or something.
Well, it's a completely different thing. 2 different countries, right? AJ says, it sucks he wasn't here tonight because I am not a vegan. Yeah, it sucks you weren't here, AJ.
What, AJ's a vegan? Like, what?
No, AJ's not a vegan. He's just saying. Because it's fun. It's fun to be here. Franco wants to know if we barbecued. We did not barbecue.
It's way too cold to be
Yeah, too cold to barbecue. That's more of a SummerSlam activity over the Royal Rumble, you know? Maybe for WrestleMania.
Well.
Might be warm enough Mania season to barbecue.
I'm thinking Money in the Bank. Like, that's usually a better time.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever it may be.
We do SummerSlam, but someone's going to be in Toronto in SummerSlam, so it's not going to work this year.
Yeah, it should be you. The whole Wrestling Uncensored crew is going to be in SummerSlam. Wally is traveling all the way from Ireland to Toronto for SummerSlam in August. And you can't travel from Montreal to Toronto for SummerSlam. Even AJ. AJ's going to go to SummerSlam in Toronto.
Oh, I have a championship to defend. I have priorities. So, but I'm going to see Wally in a couple months anyways. He's going to be here soon.
You're defending that championship when?
Well, next one is February 17th. And I believe it's going to be the day of SummerSlam as well when I'll be defending again. Because of course I'll be champion that long.
Okay.
You gotta believe. I remember I'm going to be champion.
You're already booked for August?
The show is booked already for August.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But, like, you know, Daniel Bryan, I'm champion forever, so, of course.
JJ Mondesi asked, what do we think of Bryan versus Andrade for WrestleMania 35? I think it'd be tough to turn Andrade babyface from here till then and to convince us that he's a real threat to Bryan.
Yeah, the hope's alive that maybe you'll get Daniel Bryan, Rey Mysterio. I think they're definitely going to do that. Will they do that at WrestleMania?
Maybe just on SmackDown.
At least maybe Elimination Chamber or Fastlane. You know, I think Rey one-on-one with them for the championship. That'd be possibly a match of the year candidate right there. Why not do it at WrestleMania, in my opinion, but maybe they have other options.
I'd love to see Rey versus Bryan. Bryan and Andrade have wrestled before on SmackDown, and it was very good.
It was a great match.
When Bryan was a babyface.
Right, yeah. Now they're both heels. I don't see it working unless Bryan defends like in a multi-man. Maybe it's like Bryan against Mysterio against AJ and Randy Orton. I could see something like that for WrestleMania. Randy would win. Of course. Come on.
Randy Orton's biggest fan over here, Big Johnny North. All right, that's the show for tonight. That's the Royal Rumble post show. Thanks everybody for checking in. AJ, my man, we missed you here tonight, you know?
Yeah, get well. Hopefully, don't die.
Yeah, get well soon, AJ. We need you for Friday. We got a big show. If you missed our show this past Friday, Yoni Sherbatov was on. Go check it out right now on our YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel. It helps us out a lot. Leave a nice thumbs up. Leave a comment. Whatever you want to do. But definitely hit subscribe. And check out the show we did with Yoni this past Friday. So thanks, AJ, for checking in, brother. JJ Mondesi, Franco, Antoinette, Jack Tunney, Mr. President, Acme Tunes, I See You, Rob Cluse, Mike Dupree, Solar Empire, I'm trying to get to all of you, Paul Cav. So many people checking in tonight. If I missed some of you, I'm sorry. We appreciate you all. Ted Cook. So many people here watching the Rumble post show. Hope you enjoyed the Rumble. We'll be back for another one of these, after the Chamber, right?
I believe so.
After the Elimination Chamber. And, of course, all the way to WrestleMania. And then we'll be back Friday afternoon for Dave and Johnny Live right here on the YouTube channel.
Can't wait.
And then Wrestling Uncensored, and it keeps going. The cycle continues every single week. And late at night, too, on YouTube. I'm going to go drive Johnny North home now.
Yeah, let's do that.